Lesson 4. Let's check it out how much we remember. I'm going to say the sentence in English and try to say it in German. Bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Please say it in German. Bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Versuch es. Versuch es means give it a try. You're going to hear it so many times that you are going to, pretty soon you're going to know this. Okay, the friend. If it's a woman, it's a girl or the girlfriend. How do you say the friend? Die Freundin. And if it's a man, a boy, or the boyfriend, der Freund. And the joy. The joy, die Freude. Die Freude. The dear friend, a woman. Die liebe Freundin. The best friend, a girl, a woman. Die beste Freundin. The teacher, female teacher, a lady teacher. Die Lehrerin, die Lehrerin. The student, a girl, a woman. Die Studentin, die Studentin. And people say die Studentin, but most people say die Studentin. The farmer's wife or a farmer woman, die Bäuerin, die Bäuerin. Now just to practice a little bit the pronunciation of Ö, how do you say the beautiful queen? Die schöne Königin, die schöne Königin. If you have been able to say half of these sentences in German, you are doing well. If you are able to say more or all, you are doing very well. So following, there are more examples of feminine words. So just to get very, very well used to the feminine words, then we go on to the others, the masculine. Gartenblumen, the two words together means flowers of the garden, to make a difference from Feldblumen, which mean flowers from the fields, and Waldblumen, which means flowers from the forest. You don't have to learn these words now. This is just to give you an idea about the functioning of the German language, okay? So you compose the words. So Gartenblumen, flowers from the garden. They also have Schnittblumen, which Schnitt means cut. So these are flowers that are cut, that are not in a pot, okay? Schnittblumen, Feldblumen, Feld from the field, Wald from the forest, Waldblumen, and Eisblumen. Eis is ice in Germany. This means, you know, the design that in winter are formed on the window pane. These, by the ice, is called Eisblumen. Der Wagen means the car, and Volk means the people, such as a nation, okay? Der Volkswagen, the car of the people. Since the last word is masculine, the compound noun is masculine. Wagen, der Wagen. Wagen used to be the wagons, and Wagner, my surname, used to be the man who built wagons. Since then, the word Wagen has also been used for car and truck. Although truck, you will always hear only the three letters, LKW, which means LKW, LKW, LKW. W is always pronounced V. And how do they pronounce V? V. So television, short for television, TV, they say TV, TV. And the abbreviation of Volkswagen, VW will be VW. VW means short for Volkswagen. Well, they always use the short version for a truck, LKW, LKW, because the real word is Lastkraftwagen. You see, even this word is too long for the Germans and they only use the abbreviation. They have another word for vehicle, which is Fahrzeug. Fahrzeug. Zeug is an old word for thing. It's not very often used nowadays. It means thing. And fahr means to move on something. Okay? So, for example, ich fahre. It means I'm riding a car or a bicycle or a motorbike, or I'm taking a ride, I'm having a ride. Okay? Ich kann ein Pferd reiten. I can ride a horse. Ich kann ein Pferd reiten. But all the vehicles we are going to say fahren. Ich kann ein Rad fahren. I can ride a bike. Rad really means wheel. Okay? And the word for bike is Fahrrad. But people just call it Rad. Ich kann ein Motorrad fahren. I can drive a motorbike. Ich kann ein LKW fahren. I can drive a truck. Ich kann ein Pferd reiten. I can ride a horse. Ich kann ein Rad fahren. Rad alone means just wheel. Okay? But you say Rad fahren, ride a wheel means ride a bike. But you say, ich kann ein Flugzeug fliegen. Ich kann ein Flugzeug fliegen. I can fly a plane. We don't drive, you say fly a plane, like in English. Ich kann ein Flugzeug fliegen. Fliegen means fly. So we have again the letter Z, which we pronounce t, t, and the word Flug, which means flight. So Flugzeug means thing that flies, or flight things. You don't have to learn all these words and sentences now. They are just examples for you to learn something about the functioning of the German language. Okay, bitte sage auf Deutsch. Bitte sage auf Deutsch. Please say in German. The joy. Die Freude. Okay. Die große Freude. The great joy. The pretty red flower. Die schöne rote Blume. The little flower stands in the garden. Die kleine Blume steht im Garten. I am also standing in the garden. Ich stehe auch im Garten. The big and the small flower are pretty. Die große und die kleine Blume sind schön. The big and the small flower are both pretty. Die große und die kleine Blume sind beide schön. Okay, let's read along. If you want to listen and read along, bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Please say it in German. Versuch es. Versuch es. Give it a try. The friend, the woman friend, die Freundin, the dear friend, die liebe Freundin, the best friend, die beste Freundin, the female teacher, the lady teacher, die Lehrerin, the female student, die Studentin, the farmer's wife, die Bäuerin, the beautiful queen, die schöne Königin, the joy, die Freude, great joy, große Freude. Compound nouns, Gartenblumen, Feldblumen, Waldblumen, Eisblumen. Der Wagen means the car, and Volk means the people, such as a nation. Der Volkswagen, the car of the peoples. Since the last word is masculine, the compound noun is masculine. Wagen used to be the wagons, and Wagner used to be the man who built wagons. Since then, the word Wagen has also been used for car and truck, although truck has become LKW. LKW. The letter W in the alphabetic pronunciation is V. The meaning of the letters is Last, Kraft, Wagen. Die Last, the load. Die Kraft, the strength or force. Der Wagen, the vehicle. So the meaning of LKW is powerful vehicle for loads. In English, truck. Only the shortened version is used, LKW. Everybody just says LKW. Some compound words are even a little too long for the Germans in their everyday use. Another name for vehicle is Fahrzeug. Again, EU is pronounced oi, like enjoy. Is also used to say vehicle and all that moves on wheels. Word by word it means das Zeug, old expression for the thing, and fahren is a verb meaning to move around on something. So, das Fahrzeug really means the thing to move around on. Translated word by word, some expressions become funny. Ich fahre means I drive, or I ride a vehicle, a car, a bike, a sled, but not a horse, which is reiten. Ich kann ein Pferd reiten. I can ride a horse. Ein. EI is always pronounced I. Like I ride my bike. You see, I. Ich reite. Ich reite. Not so difficult. Ich kann ein Motorrad fahren. I can drive a motorbike. Ich kann ein LKW fahren. I can drive a truck. Du kannst mit mir fahren. You can come with me in the car. You can drive with me, you can ride with me. Das Rad means the wheel and is also short for Fahrrad, bicycle, bike. Ich kann Rad fahren. I can ride a bike. But ich kann ein Flugzeug fliegen. I can fly a plane. Again we have Zeug and the word Flug, which means flight. Flugzeug, thing that flies, flight things, airplane. Bitte sage es auf Deutsch. Please say it in German. Versuch es. Give it a try. The joy. Die Freude. Great joy. Große Freude. The pretty red flower. Die schöne rote Blume. The little flower stands in the garden. You could say is in the garden. Die kleine Blume steht im Garten. I'm also in the garden. In German you say I'm standing in the garden. Ich stehe auch im Garten. The big and the small flower are pretty. Die große und die kleine Blume sind schön. The big and the small flower are both pretty. Die große und die kleine Blume sind beide schön. Okay, enough for lesson 4. I hope to see you in lesson 5. If you have doubts, just write to me or write a comment. Bye-bye.